Okay, excellent. This is the June 16th meeting of trustees. We have two absences. One is Roy Banana cannot be with us. We have exits to the left. Oh, we have one. Thank you. So, public comment, do you have anything?
Yep.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. That's it. Introduce yourself.
Sure, yes. I'm Samantha Stella. And really quick, I just wanted to express our heartfelt thank you to the trustees, the staff, and the whole community for the success of the book sale we had last month. Over this space that we're in right now, the stage, gallery, program room, and I think for the third year in a row, our record of sales. We have over $25,000 for the library. It's just really fabulous. It's such a fun event. It's so intimate. Really the amazing staff here who are so flexible and kind and generous with space and makes trustees prepare and help us serve books and donate books and shopping. It's just such a fun event. Just the entire community for coming out and helping. It's so fun. Yeah. Anyone who's been
The sign is going up.
Yes, the electronic sign have Yes, we were very happy to fund the new sign, the electronic sign that went up last week. And it's great. We're excited to see digital announcements up there. It's a new era.
But I do apply to next year. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, our pleasure. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
We'll have
Thank
some
you.
kind of like
Un-
toast
un-
or.
Yeah. An
like a
unveiling
little-
of
an
sorts.
Unveiling of sorts.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we're
We're
so
not
happy
gonna,
to
we're
do
not
it.
gonna hit it with a bottle of champagne
Right,
though.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like a bad idea. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, no need to go into executive session, right? No? Executive session, nobody needs it. Okay, good. Excellent. So acceptance of minutes. Jennifer?
Sure.
Yeah.
I move that the board approve the minutes of the May 19th, 2025 regular meeting as drafted. Do I have a second?
Second?
John?
Yeah.
Any discussion or concerns? No. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, unanimous. Great.
Okay, finance report. George Benak is not here, although he sent a note.
I have it.
You have it?
I
Do you
have
want to
it.
read that?
Sure.
Yeah.
He sent an email today, and he
Yeah.
just said, as previously reported, I will be unable to attend this evening's Board of Trustees meeting. The treasurer's report is attached with areas of note highlighted. There is nothing remarkable to report other than One, about $97,000 in unexpected additional revenue, which is a good thing. A possible overpayment to a vendor, which I spoke to Amy Caprellian about, and they sorted that out. Rocky
Okay.
Smith and she sorted that out. And there was not an overpayment to anyone. About 20 outstanding checks totaling about $7,000, which we see this every month in their report. It's just checks that haven't been paid
Yep.
yet. And their next site testing is going to be happening later this month.
Mhm.
So,
The quarterly.
yep,
Sometime before June 30th, right?
correct.
Yeah. Okay. Great, super. Excellent. Okay. So that's the finance report. Jennifer, you've been away, so
Yeah.
anything to say or?
No, other than just I wanted to acknowledge the sign and the generosity of the friends and also mention the success of the book sale, which it's such a festive atmosphere when it's happening. So it's really great to be a part of, and the community is wonderful, and everybody who helped out has been great. So just an overall feel good event.
Wonderful. We're having the library stay open late for Regents exams, I
Yes,
understand, right?
yes.
So that's
Mhm.
continuing, I learned that. So
It's
that's great.
continuing this week. It hasn't, I don't believe it's been as well attended as the AP exams,
Yeah,
but it's still worth trying
right,
and
absolutely.
it is being utilized.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's great.
Well, it's also the first time, right? So
Correct.
then word of mouth
Yep.
builds for next year.
yeah.
Super.
And I'm still getting my legs under me after being away for a little bit. So
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah,
a couple of
yeah.
days.
Okay.
So,
I always like to draw attention to the department reports, if I may. Unbelievable attendance at some of these story times. We're in the triple digits for outdoor story times.
Very
theater
surprising that
story
the
time.
sharks aren't scaring them away.
Yeah, remarkable. Also, I want to thank the people from the library who marched in the Memorial Day Parade. That was really wonderful. Joan and I'm gonna
Amy
forget
and
some
Marge,
names. Marge,
Yeah.
yeah.
Jen, Pam.
Marge, you joined us about a quarter of the way down. That's your
Right.
thought, yeah. That was a wonderful event, and we had a nice photograph with former President Clinton, and it was a great community event. The banner, I thought, was spectacular. Is that year 2 of the banner?
No, it's the
It's
first year.
Is it year 1?
one.
It's
Yep.
the inaugural
banner.
year
Yeah.
of the banner?
Mhm.
Love that. Okay, great banner.
Improved banner.
And a nice location. We were sort of, up in the front. I like that, It's great. Anyhow, thank you, everybody who participated in the Memorial Day Parade. Anything else? I saw that we have some additional tape, I guess, up on the, I just saw it here this
Courtyard.
afternoon, courtyard, right? We're
Mhm.
sort of sending the message that that area there is off grounds.
Yeah,
right,
for now,
unfortunately, until
yeah.
we get that repaired. So, okay, good, super. Okay. So that's library news. Committee reports. George is not here for the finance committee. Jennifer, buildings and grounds.
So I missed that meeting. I will say that Robin was kind enough to join our facilities consultant and I on the roof, where we examined the roof and with David, our custodian as well, to discuss the work that needed to be done to maintain it in between our contractual arrangement with Trumco. So I think that
It's really more of a
was
wintertime thing, isn't it?
educational.
Right? With the snow,
No, we both saw it is quite slippery
Standing
up there.
water.
Yeah, because the leaves disintegrate, and we also had a hawk that was leaving leftovers.
Oh,
Yeah, so very interesting. But David, I think fully understands what we need him to do, and Bill did a good job of educating both of us as well as David. So I
thank
think
you
that
for
was
being
good.
there for
Yeah.
that.
Do you want to speak to the remainder of B&G?
I wasn't here for the B&G
Okay.
meeting myself, so I don't know if there's anything worth, Robin, that you
Is there
want to.
anything you wanted to raise, Robin?
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. One thing not on the agenda, we had talked about a funding committee previously, and it sounds like it will be the two of us. So
Okay.
we should come up with a name and formalize that.
And get a schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be happy to work with you
Okay.
on that. Okay, well, we'll get that
Exciting.
going. Maybe after this meeting, we can talk about calendar.
Okay.
Good. Okay. All right, so that's buildings and grounds. Anything else? No?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Personnel, we don't have any personnel motions that we need to vote on, right, Jennifer?
Not right now, no.
Good. I wanted to share with the group that last week, I went to the Westchester Library, I think it was last Thursday. I went to the Westchester Library Association annual meeting at Westchester Community College. That was very well attended, and some lovely programs put on there. From the library, from the children's room, his name escapes me, Jacob. Jacob was there representing Chappaqua. Two headlines that came out of this meeting. One was that there was a rich conversation around Westchester County civil service laws and the need for even more reform around what to do to make it more streamlined for libraries who are under the Westchester County civil service system to hire people. And to that end, there is going to be a meeting at the Westchester County Library Association meeting in Taxter Road on July 22nd with county legislatures. I'll send an email out to people. But it was encouraged, and I told Terry Kirshner, who's the head of the organization, that I would be there to help advocate for additional reforms to the Westchester County civil service system. The bad news is that George Latimer, who had been our county executive, is no longer there. And so he, I guess, had done some pretty good work over the last year or two. He's off now to Congress. And so now we've got Ken Jenkins, who's new to the position. So we'll have to bring him up to speed. He's been in county government a long time. But what came out of that meeting was that there were specific things. I asked a question. I said, what specific things would you like to see? And there was a woman from New Rochelle and a woman from Larchmont and another woman from Library, Pearl River, who spoke specifically about the lists. I'm sure people know about this, the lists, when the tests are going to be offered, being more transparent about that stuff. And so as much as I can, I'm going to go and advocate for there to be continued reform of the Westchester County civil service system and to have the newly now installed county executive, Ken Jenkins, make this a priority for his administration.
That's
Point
great.
number one.
Yeah.
Point number two is stay tuned for news about something called the Library Field. I learned just last week that a group called Metro, which Jennifer knows about, which is an organization, a consortium of New York City, Westchester County, Putnam, Dutchess libraries, has just agreed to terms on a 23-acre piece of property on the Ossining-Newcastle boundary that is now going to be turned into what is called an outdoor library. What that looks like, I don't know, but money has been raised, terms have been come to. The town of Newcastle is already aware of this purchase. All of this was news to me last week, and what an opportunity for Northern Westchester. I'll be eager to learn more about it and share with you more as we go along. But you know, one of the sad things about the demise of local news is that these things don't necessarily get covered because we don't have local news, right? A nonprofit organization making a purchase of a 23-acre parcel of land would clearly have hit local news. But alas, we don't find about these things. So I'm happy to be the reporter here to let you all know that this is happening. And we'll find out more as we go along.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for going to that, John.
Yeah. So, okay, so that's the personnel report, which sort of
Okay.
spilled into other things, but that's okay.
Well, we with our experience, we could definitely benefit from a streamlined civil service process.
Oh, gosh, yes.
So,
And, you know, one of the things, Jennifer, that was interesting in this meeting was that in talking to people was that they encouraged, I was the only board member in the room. There were probably about 40 people there, maybe 50, and I was the only board member there. And the board member, from there speaking, here I'm speaking more for Terry Kirshner, said that board members speak with a different voice than library directors. They speak with the voice of the taxpayer, they speak with the voice of the person who's paying for the service. And so their perspective and their voice oftentimes is needed in the room rather than just simply library directors who are oftentimes or library employees who are understandably frustrated with the system. This is a new and I think somewhat underappreciated voice at the table. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Policy and bylaws. I don't have anything on that. So nothing there. New business. New business. New business. I guess I talked about the library field. So, yeah. Okay. Next steps, responsibilities. You and I are going to meet afterward, talk about meeting times. Okay. It's June. It's busting out all over. Our next meeting. Is our next meeting July 21st?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay. July 21st it is.
at 7 p.m.
Mhm.
presumably.
July 21st, 2025. Okay. Good. Okay. Anything else? We go to the order.
Sounds like we're good.
Here we go. John Harrison brings it
Short.
in 20 minutes.
Short. All right.
All right, I move to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second? Discussion? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Very good. Meeting.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.